Right now at 6, voters in Missouri will get to decide the future of sports betting in the Show Me state.
And temperatures do continue to warm up for our highs today in the mid-80s.
Plus, a Carthage utility company issues a press release to refute comments made by the city's mayor.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Lindsay Gaffney.
It's Friday here. Hopefully your day at home has been going well so far this morning. Your week has been going well. I'm so excited for the weekend and the great temperatures that are going to be there.
I'm so excited. You have no idea. I've already decorated for fall, so this weekend is just going to hit the spot. It's going to feel fantastic.
Yeah.
But starting today, about average, unfortunately, mid 80-degree weather for our high. We do still have a few showers, so we'll go ahead and take a look outside right now at downtown Joplin. 7th and Range Line, you can see about 68 degrees. Now, clear skies out in Joplin, but in our northern county, still seeing those clouds and a few showers still sticking around. You can see Butler, maybe just north of Nevada. Those showers are starting to dissipate and move off to the east. Now, as these clouds continue to move south, we may still see a few more isolated showers popping up because these clouds are pretty heavy, got a lot of water. But for right now, we're going to remain mostly dry. For the rest of the morning, planning your morning, it's going to be partly cloudy and temperatures do warm up to about mid-70s, upper 70s by noon, cooler than it was yesterday and a little bit breezier as well. So as those showers pass, you can see winds getting up to 10, 15 miles per hour, and ahead of these showers, still very light winds, but we're seeing those northerly breeze bringing in some cooler air for the rest of the weekend. Now, if you're planning your evening tonight, wanting to go to any Friday night football, then you're going to see temperatures about 78 degrees by 7 p.m. Like I said, our highs mid-80s, but dropping down pretty quickly. So by the end of the game, down to mid-60s. Overnight lows in the mid-50s. So much cooler this weekend, but I'll have those details coming up.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Voters in Missouri have a decision to make this November when it comes to sports betting. On the November ballot will be a decision to amend the Missouri Constitution to allow the Missouri Gaming Commission to regulate licensed sports wagering, including online sports betting, gambling boats, professional sports betting districts, and mobile licenses to sports betting operators. Now, a 10% wagering tax on revenues received will be appropriated for education. The estimated tax revenue could range up to $28.9 million annually. Betting would be restricted to individuals physically located in the state and over the age of 21. If passed, the measure would also not have an impact on taxes. The Carthage Water and Electric Plant released a statement yesterday in response to recent comments by the city's mayor, Dan Rife. The plant's board says Mayor Rife earlier this week issued a press release claiming the board did not provide salary information to the council last year. The board says that is false and that they provided the mayor, city administrator, and city council all requested information in a timely manner. Now, salary information for the plant has been at the center of a dispute between the city and board for several months. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can download the KOAM News app. It's available, of course, free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Well, plans for a new building to help children in foster care are getting a boost. Covenant Harvest Church is partnering with the organization Fostering Connections and the Pitt State School of Construction to build a building to house free clothing for families and kids in the foster system. To help those efforts, the Pritchett Trust Grant Committee yesterday donated $25,000 to fund the new building.
Well, first and foremost, we want to honor the legacy that the Pritchetts left and to check and see if it fulfills our mission. Does it qualify for what we consider to improve the lives of residents in Crawford County? And we have a special affinity for families and children.
Construction of the new building is expected to break ground on September 16th. Well, Pitt State Student Health Clinic sees a higher number of COVID cases compared to other respiratory illnesses. Campus Health is testing for the flu and strep, and in comparison, the number of COVID cases are higher. Current CDC COVID guidelines say if COVID symptoms are improving and the person has gone 24 hours fever-free without medication, they are cleared to return to normal activity so students don't miss too much of class time.
Campus activity events going on, and so it's a swarm of folks coming back in and mingling, and so we do see a spike in illnesses, especially COVID.
Campus Health recommends immunocompromised students in particular take extra precaution and are up to date on their COVID vaccination. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. YouTube says it's working on tools to prevent AI-based misuse of material on its platform. Plus, authorities have arrested the father of the 14-year-old accused of killing 4 people in the tragic Georgia school mass shooting. And Lindsay Gaffney returns with another look at your Friday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Topping Nation Watch this morning. Summer 2024 is on track to be the hottest year in recorded history. Scientists have confirmed that this summer season broke global heat records for the second year in a row. According to new data from Copernicus, summer in the northern hemisphere between June and August was the hottest since 1940. Now, last month in the southern hemisphere, Australia broke its national record for the hottest day, with temperatures reaching nearly 107 degrees. The summer season typically ends with the autumn equinox, which is on September 22nd this year. Well, YouTube is tackling the potential misuse of content uploaded to the site. The online video sharing platform announced plans for 2 tools that will detect and manage content created by artificial intelligence. This move comes after celebrities, including musicians and athletes, say they've seen their likeness digitally copied and altered, sometimes for sinister purposes. In a blog post Thursday, YouTube says the first of 2 AI detecting tools would target simulated singing voices that could roll out in 2025. There's no timeline for the second tool, which would focus on AI generated content showing faces. YouTube says it's also focused on preventing AI companies from taking material from the platform. Well, today, the New York judge overseeing former President Donald Trump's hush money case will announce his decision on whether to delay Trump's sentencing date. Both Trump and the Manhattan District Attorney were informed in a letter yesterday. The timing of the decision comes after Trump's lawyers asked a federal appeals court this week to stop sentencing until after Election Day. According to court filing, the former president is currently scheduled to be sentenced on September 18th. Earlier this year, Trump was convicted of 34 charges of falsifying records that stemmed from his hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels. The former president is fighting to move the state case to federal court. Well, this morning, the 14-year-old suspect in a tragic Georgia high school mass shooting is set to make his first court appearance. Yesterday, Georgia police said his father has also been arrested in connection to the crimes. Now, Winder, Georgia, located about an hour's drive away from Atlanta, is mourning the loss of 2 14-year-old students and 2 teachers. 9 others were wounded. Jared Hill has the latest from New York.
A stunning new twist in the Georgia school shooting. Authorities have arrested the father of the 14-year-old accused of killing 4 people at Appalachia High School. Colin Gray is being charged with second-degree murder, as well as multiple counts of involuntary manslaughter and cruelty to children.
These charges stem from Mr. Gray knowingly allowing his son, Colt, to possess a weapon.
Investigators say the 54-year-old bought the AR-style gun used in the shooting as a gift for his son Colt. The teen has been charged as an adult.
You never think something like this would ever happen. not here.
Now the community is coming together to heal and mourn the loss of two 14-year-old freshmen, Christian Angulo and Mason Schermerhorn. Esther Matias is Christian's classmate.
He was a very sweet kid. He did not deserve this.
An eyewitness says 53-year-old algebra teacher Christina Irami died after jumping in front of a student to protect them. 39-year-old football coach Richard Aspinwall was also killed.
I wish it was all just a dream. I mean, me and my team, me and my friends, we could all just wake up.
According to an incident report from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, they interviewed the suspect and his father last year regarding anonymous posts threatening another school on the online platform Discord under a username referring to the 2012 Sandy Hook gunman. At the time, the suspect denied making the threats, and deputies determined there was not enough probable cause to make an arrest. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Now, yesterday, the Jackson County Sheriff told a reporter she did not believe it was a missed opportunity that her office didn't arrest the suspect last year. Meanwhile, of the 9 other people injured in Wednesday's shooting, at least 7 have been released from the hospital. All are expected to make a full recovery. And that's a look at some of today's top national stories. Here's Lindsay with a look at your forecast.
Well, downtown Pittsburgh clear right now. We can start to see some clouds moving in, although likely not going to see any of those showers that are in those northern counties. Likely those aren't going to reach Pittsburgh or even our central counties, but those clouds do make it through, clearing by mid-morning, and then we're going to have a really nice day. Clear skies, temperatures getting into the mid-80s, so we're right about average this time of year, starting to see those fall temperatures, and then they continue to drop for the overnight hours and through the weekend with our highs only reaching mid to upper 70s tomorrow. But I'll have those details coming up.
Well, today in entertainment news, a reality show. It's honoring those who help others. David Daniel has that and more in the Hollywood Minute.
I find unsung heroes doing amazing work in their communities and neighborhoods. It's time for them to shine.
Celebrations with Lacey Chabert shows the actress and philanthropist throwing epic surprise parties for people making a positive impact. Chabert says every episode made her cry.
I don't think I quite understood the impact it would have on me standing there, meeting them for the first time, meeting these heroes, seeing their hearts and how beautiful, their hearts are, and seeing the joy on their faces when they walk into these surprise parties and they look around and they see their friends and family who have come there to celebrate them. It's every time. It was a beautiful moment.
Celebrations with Lacey Chabert debuts Tuesday on the newly relaunched streaming service Hallmark Plus.
I'm your nifty, odd-jobbing robot.
Meet Norbot, the latest companion of stop-motion animation favorites Wallace and Gromit. The smart gnome plays a key role in their next adventure, Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul, which premieres next month at AFI Fest in Los Angeles and streams on Netflix in December. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
An animal sanctuary in Florida found a stray cat wandering around the property recently. They noticed it had a collar and learned the feline's original owner lived hundreds of miles away in Chicago. Julie Salamone reports.
She just walked right in every night. She showed up at 9 o'clock.
Rhonda Lang is a volunteer at Ladybug Farm Sanctuary in Odessa. For weeks, she noticed the same visitor roaming around a cage used to trap, neuter, and release feral cats.
I had a trap set up on the porch and trying to get a specific cat. And in the meantime, this girl kept showing up and going into the trap and eating, like for off and on for 6 hours every single night from 9 to 3.
She noticed a cat was wearing a collar. Once she trapped the cat, she scanned it for a microchip. That chip connected Lang with RRR Pets, a nonprofit organization in Chicago, Illinois.
I was shocked. I'm like, well, how did she get down here in Tampa? And they said, well, let me find out. And that's when they started making phone calls and found out the path that she was on.
Lang learned the cat named Marble first belonged to a lady living on a farm in Illinois. She gave Marble away as a kitten to a young man who often traveled for work.
She was adopted to a young guy, and it's a racehorsing area. They traveled to different tracks and stuff, and he took her to Minnesota and then brought her down to Florida and then went back to Chicago, but left her behind with someone else to care for her.
From there, it's a mystery how Marble ended up at Ladybug Farm Sanctuary in Odessa, but Lang believes the cat has likely been on its own for the past 7 months. Marble will soon be reunited with her original owner, the lady on the farm in Illinois.
She was very excited. She's had her since she was a kitten. She was born on her farm, and when she grew up, she was born to a feral mom. So all the kittens were adopted out, and she was very excited to have her back, and she said, I will bring her into my home and I will keep her forever.
Lang hopes this story encourages everyone to microchip their pets and make sure the address is updated. She says, sure, Marble could live as a stray, but she deserves to have a loving home.
I'd rather she, got a home. She's sweet. I'd rather her go back to people that love her.
The cat's original owner said she really appreciates the effort to help return her home. Now here's Lindsay with a quick look at the forecast.
Well, we've got mostly clear skies to start, but those clouds starting to roll in. This is 7th and range line, so you can see clouds starting to move in, although likely not going to see any showers as far south as Pittsburgh or Joplin, mostly just those clouds. Now, clouds clear out by about 11, 11:30, 12 today, and then we're ahead to have a pretty clear day. Cooler temperatures for our highs today and through the rest of the weekend. I'll have those details coming up. Well, taking a look, 7th and range line, we've got a nice sunrise, but unfortunately those clouds are starting to move in, might block out the view in the next 30 minutes or so. Taking a look at downtown Pittsburgh, same image, clouds starting to overtake that sunrise, but we're really not seeing any more showers, at least not as far south as Pittsburgh, but still hanging around in some of those northern counties. But because of those showers, we see a drop in temperatures. Yesterday, we got up to the mid-90s, so about 10 degrees above average, and then today, we're right about average. Our highs, about 85. So you can see those showers were along a frontal boundary, and that those clouds are a part of that frontal boundary, but most of the showers are starting to dissipate as they move off to the east, and then we're going to look mostly clear. Now, clouds are going to continue to shift south-southeast, so we're going to start off a little bit cloudier today, but after that, we're clearing out to have a really great looking day. Clouds clear by about 11:30, 12 o'clock this afternoon. Our highs in the mid-80s, mid to upper 80s, mid to lower 80s, 82 in Nevada, 86 in Parsons, 84 in Bella Vista. Definitely a nice day. And then if you're planning on Friday night football, going out or doing anything, temperatures about 7 p.m., 78, nice evening, a little bit breezier, but overall it's going to be really nice. 65 by about 11 p.m. and then continuing to drop for overnight lows down to about 55 degrees. Much cooler than what we've seen the last couple of days. To start your morning off, temperatures are in the mid 60s, mid to upper 60s, pretty cloudy though. But as we move through the afternoon, winds pick up and we see temperatures also warming up to mid 80s. Now this is just average. Throughout the rest of the weekend, those temperatures do continue to drop, but winds will die out by the weekend. But until then, winds gusting 20, 25 miles per hour throughout the afternoon hours. So this is just about 3 p.m. Still seeing wind gusts 20 miles per hour. They start to pick up as we move into the evening. Winds getting up to 30, 35 miles per hour before finally clearing out Saturday morning. We also have a very clear weekend, sunny skies all weekend long. Temperatures about 77 on Saturday, 82 on Sunday, so well below average for this time of year. And then we start a warming trend after Sunday. Unfortunately, getting back up to those upper 80s, low 90-degree temperatures. But plan on going to the game tomorrow night. Pre-game about 77 degrees. That's our high for Saturday, and it's going to continue until about 5, 6 p.m. And then by kickoff, 7, dropping down to 72 degrees. Halftime, 67 degrees. Our overnight lows down to low 50s, upper 40s. Much cooler. Tomorrow's going to be our coolest day on the forecast. As you can see, our high, only 77, low 51, but again, surrounding counties could get down to 49, 48 in some areas. Sunday starting to slowly warm back up, 82 degrees, and our lows just under 60 degrees. But by Monday through the rest of the work week, temperatures get up to the upper 80s and even low 90s. Now they stay in that low 90-degree range for the weekend. We do have a low pressure system moving in next weekend that's going to cool us off again. So in the meantime, just enjoy these sunny days and slightly warmer temperatures. Now we'll go over to Elise with Health Watch.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, people who have a weight loss surgery may also get another benefit and improved blood pressure readings. Analysis from 18 controlled trials shows bariatric surgery is a lasting solution for obesity-related hypertension. Researchers say it results in high blood pressure remission for some and less dependence on medications for other patients. Well, saline drops can help children battle a common cold. A new study in Austria finds saline can reduce the length of a cold in kids by 2 days. Researchers say cutting down the duration of a cold means fewer people in a household catch it, and it also helps get everyone back to school or work faster. And a new research at Harvard University finds pregnant women with higher levels of man-made chemicals in their blood may experience long-term weight gain and heart problems later in life. The chemicals known as PFAS are used in food packaging, drinking water, personal care products, and other consumer goods. Researchers say it's important for pregnant women to recognize where PFAS exist and find ways to limit exposure. Well, about 1 million children need ear tube surgery because of frequent ear infections and other problems every year, and about a third requiring more than one set of tubes. Typically, the procedure requires an operating room and anesthesia, but a new FDA-cleared device called the Hummingbird is making the procedure faster and easier. Kelly Worthman explains from Aurora, Colorado.
Busy. Can you climb through the rope? Go on, climb through.
Little Bryson is a big fan of the playground.
Can't sit still, typical 1.5-year-old.
And like most toddlers, he's also had a few ear infections.
Before he turned 1, he had his first ear infection, and we didn't really think much of it because he got over it really quickly. And then we started daycare in February of this year, and that is when they were just nonstop.
That meant it was time for Bryson to get ear tubes.
And the plan was for June.
Typically, ear tube procedures happen in an operating room under general anesthesia. But just before Bryson's scheduled surgery, his mom learned of a new device that wouldn't require her son to go under.
I was able to be right next to him, which was the best part because going into the operating room, parents don't get to go back there.
Dr. Gregory Allen of Children's Hospital Colorado did Bryson's ear tube procedure using the device called the Hummingbird.
That allows us to make the hole in the eardrum and to place the tube all at one time.
It's almost like a piercing gun, he says. Using a localized anesthetic on the eardrum, the Hummingbird device allows doctors to quickly place the tubes in just a matter of minutes.
And because it's very quick and the device makes it very safe to do in young children, we can do it in the office with minimal discomfort.
The entire procedure lasted maybe 3 to 4 minutes. And as soon as he was unwrapped and in my arms, he was fine. Run.
Since Bryson got his ear tubes earlier this summer, his mom says he's been ear infection free.
It was a great experience.
And back to loving life on the playground. Kelly Worthman, CBS News, Aurora, Colorado.
Insurance will cover the in-office visit, but that depends, of course, on your insurance. And not all kids are candidates for the Hummingbird. Doctors say 18 months or younger. But best to consult with your doctor. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 5:30, the campus of NEO A&M turns into a college fair for hundreds of high school students.
And temperatures continue to warm up to mid-80s today, plus skies clear out. I'll have those details coming up.
Plus, a popular student-run coffee shop in McDonald County, Missouri continues to expand its business.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:33. I'm Elise Snowe.
And I'm Lindsay Gaffney.
As it is Friday here, September 6th in the 4 states. Lots of autumn vibes out there.
Autumn vibes is the best way to describe this weekend. It's just a taste of it, though. Unfortunately, we warm back up next week. But I'm going to love these temperatures while they last. Taking a look outside, you can see 7th and range line, clear skies, but those clouds are starting to move in from some showers in our northern counties, although those showers have started to dissipate. So we're really not likely going to see any more rainfall for the rest of the morning. You can see most of those showers are starting to clear off to the east, or what remains of them. But the clouds will continue to move south, southeast, moving into Pittsburgh, Joplin, Monette, even Miami Grove, but clearing out for pretty nice day. We're going to have some clouds early in the morning, but by about 11:30, 12 p.m., sunny skies, temperatures warming up to mid 80-degree weather. We're going to have a bit of a breezier day as the rain showers pass and the clouds pass. Winds pick up about 5 to 10 miles per hour, but gusts up to 20, 25 miles per hour, even increasing through this evening. Speaking of this evening, if you're planning on any Friday night football, this evening's gonna be fantastic. Clear night and temperatures by about 7 p.m., 78 degrees, and by the time the game's over, 66 degrees. Overnight lows dropping down to mid 50s. We've got even cooler weekend ahead, but I'll have those details coming up.
All right, we'll see you soon, Lindsay. Well, Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College held a fair yesterday for more than 10 local high schools. Students got the opportunity to meet with college recruiters and get an idea of what they want to do after graduation. One event organizer says it was a great experience for students to check out schools from around the 4-state area.
That's why we host a college fair, so that all of our students in rural Oklahoma can get an experience to see colleges from the Oklahoma City area, the Fort Smith area, K-State's here.
According to NEO's Facebook page, nearly 350 high school students attended the event. Well, Downstream Casino Resort shows its support for foster children yesterday. The casino donated a $10,000 check to CASA in Joplin. Now, CASA leaders say there is a need to recruit and train new volunteers. Yesterday's donation will go toward that and to support court-appointed foster children.
We are really, really thrilled to have this donation from Downstream. It allows us to continue our work for the mission, allows us to support kids who are in foster care.
If you're interested in learning more about CASA, just head over to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. The student-run coffee shop teams up with the McDonald County Chamber of Commerce to expand its menu. River Blend Coffee Shop now offers breakfast panini sandwiches, scones, and other baked goods in addition to the drinks crafted by business students already working in the shop. The additions to the menu come courtesy of food service students from McDonald County High School.
So in the beginning, we started out with a sweet. We've started out with scones, and we've made 2 different types of muffins. And this week, we've introduced a savory item, so we're doing breakfast sandwiches, and they've been selling way better than the pastries. So we're kind of focusing on seeing what other kind of savory items we can add to our menu.
River Blend Coffee Shop offers a unique hands-on learning environment where students from both business and culinary programs work together to operate a real small business. Students gain invaluable experience in food service, inventory management, sales, budgeting, and customer service, providing a practical and real-world education that goes beyond the classroom. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. If it's Friday, you know what that means. We've got Shannon Becker live in studio to help us close out the week with these big 3 news stories. And we have a warm and partly cloudy day today. We'll have what to expect with Lindsay Gaffney in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. All right, it's time for some Friday birthdays. We're going to start out in Cherryville with Sage Matthews celebrating birthday number 5. Happy birthday.
And Lawson Schropp celebrating his 7th birthday in Frontenac, Kansas. Message says, happy birthday, love, Mom, Dad, Carter, and Alexa.
And also celebrating their 7th birthday is Jagger Wilson. It says here, Zach Wilson's son. He is on the marketing consultants here at one of the marketing consultants here at KOAM, if I can read. Happy birthday.
And Gatlin Pipkin celebrating another 7th birthday out in Lamar. Love from Mom, Papa, and Gigi.
And also celebrating a 7th birthday over in Columbus. Happy birthday to Kennedy Dooley.
And moving on to his 9th birthday, Corlin Fuentes out in Parsons, Kansas. Love from your family.
And over in Girard, a happy 11th birthday to Braylon Duvall.
Dexton Morgan celebrating his 12th birthday out in Chautauqua, Kansas. Happy birthday, love, Mom, Dad, Nana, and Mercedes.
And over in Arma, a happy 13th birthday to Camry Neville.
And the big 18th birthday for Tyrell Humble out in Girard, Kansas. Happy birthday.
And over in Oswego, Tyler and Holly Drelling are celebrating their 27th anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Another anniversary, 40th anniversary for Brian and Susie Natalini out in Columbus, Kansas. Happy anniversary, you guys.
Continuing our fantastic birthday list here with Ronald Polly over in St. Paul, celebrating birthday number 53.
And Tammy Creviston celebrating 55th birthday at Iola from your loving husband, Joe.
And over in Columbus, a happy 91st birthday to Charlie Norris.
And finally, we've got Lee Schreier celebrating 69th birthday out in Joplin. Happy birthday, Lee.
Yes, great birthdays there. Happy birthday to everyone and anniversary to everyone on that list. We, of course, love celebrating you. And if you would like to have your birthday or anniversary celebrated with us, you can do so by submitting your submissions to birthdays@KOAMnewsnow.com. Be sure to include those messages and photos and to, of course, meet the deadline that you see there at the bottom of your screen. Let's take it over to Lindsay with a look at the forecast.
Just taking a look at 7th and Rangeline, we've got a gorgeous sunrise as those clouds are moving in. The sun looks amazing bouncing off those clouds. Really gorgeous start to this Friday, and it's a perfect start to a great weekend as well. Taking a look downtown Pittsburgh, a few clouds starting to roll in, but mostly we're going to be clear. And because of those showers earlier today, the temperatures for the weekend have dropped for the weekend down to average and below average. What we saw yesterday, highs in the mid to lower 90s. We're about 10 degrees above average. We're normally at about mid 80s, 85, 86, which is what we are seeing today thanks to the cold front. It's a very weak front, but as it moves in, rain showers started to fire off in those northern counties, but have cleared out. Clouds are going to continue to move south, southeast, and then we're looking at a clear day once those clouds finally move on out of here by about 11:30 to noon. Mostly clear day by the early afternoon. Temperatures in the mid 80s, 85 degrees, and sunny all day long. Looking fantastic. Now, if you're planning on going out to any football games, Friday night football, temperatures by 7 p.m. about 78 degrees, so upper 70s feels fantastic and a clear night. By the time the game's over, we're getting down to those mid 60s to upper 60s. Definitely a lot better than what we saw yesterday. Not to mention a cooler evening ahead. So you're starting your day, temperatures in the upper 60s, mostly cloudy though, but as those clouds clear out, we're looking pretty good. Clear skies, a little bit breezier as we move through the afternoon hours, and our highs about 85 degrees. So we're looking ahead to seeing some wind gusts, 20, 25 miles per hour throughout most of the afternoon, and then early afternoon starting to die down, but start to increase again as we move into the evening hours. About 7:30, winds starting to pick up 30 miles per hour. And if you plan on going out any later than that, winds will continue to increase up to about 35, maybe even 40 miles per hour before finally clearing out for the weekend. It's going to be really clear, not a lot going on, no winds, no clouds, just fantastic looking weekend temperatures, mid to upper 70s for our high on Saturday. And then on Sunday, lower 80s, definitely still cooler and well below average, as we saw average was about 85, 86. But unfortunately, we do start a warming trend after Sunday. But Saturday is just fantastic. Our coolest day on the forecast, perfect for our Missouri Southern game day versus Pitt State. Temperature is about 77 for our high on Saturday, but by the time kickoff starts, about 72, so lower 70s. And again, clear all night long. And the halftime, mid to upper 60s. Now the overnight lows this weekend, starting tonight, mid 50s. Tomorrow night, lower 50s, upper 40s. In some areas, we could see temperatures as low as 48, 49 degrees, but out in the Joplin area, likely about 50, 51. Sunday, warming up 82, but temperatures down in the mid to upper 50s. And then, as you can see, Monday through the rest of the work week, temperatures are starting to slowly increase up to the low 90s. And we stay like that until the following week, when we see a low pressure system moving in, bringing us more rain and cooler temperatures. But until then, you can see average temperatures, sunny skies all week long. It's going to be a really nice week, even though it may be a little bit warm for my taste, even in September. But that's your look at your forecast coming up when KOAM Morning News switches on over to Fox 14 after a 5-year residence in Tulsa took to the water on Labor Day weekend for the Tulsa Great Raft Race.
Now here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Pitt State's Student Health Clinic is seeing a higher number of COVID-19 cases compared to other respiratory illnesses. Current CDC COVID guidelines say if COVID symptoms are improving and the person has gone 24 hours fever-free without medication, they are cleared to return to normal activities. Campus Health recommends immunocompromised students to take extra precautions and keep up to date on their COVID-19 vaccination. On the November ballot will be a decision to amend the Missouri Constitution to allow the Missouri Gaming Commission to regulate licensed sports wagering. A 10% wagering tax on revenues received will be appropriated for education. If passed, the measure would also not have an impact on taxes. The Carthage Water and Electric Plant has released a statement in response to recent comments by the city's mayor, Dan Reif. The plant's board says Mayor Reif issued a press release claiming the board did not provide salary information to the council last year. The board says that it is false and that they provided all requested information promptly. Salary information for the plant has been at the center of a dispute between the city and board for several months. And that's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
Well, we had those isolated showers in the northern counties, but have started to clear out. We're mostly just looking at some clouds rolling by for the first half of the day, clearing by mid-afternoon. And then our highs today, clear skies and temperatures in the mid-80s. Overnight lows dropping down to mid to lower 50s, and that trend continues for the weekend. As you can see, our highs on Saturday only in the upper 70s, so well below average for this time of year. And our overnight lows, low 50s and upper 40s. And unfortunately, we do start on a warming trend after that.
Well, hey, we need the rain today. It looks great tomorrow and Sunday. I know we're warming up, but like tomorrow is just a perfect day to spend time. Some last summer, memories outside, go to the game, just lots
Definitely.
You can do
And
to
it's going to feel so amazing. Clear skies all weekend long. Temperatures in the upper 70s. I have been waiting for this since summer started. I'm a big fan of the fall.
Absolutely.
Big fan.
No humidity, nothing of that. So
and just
good
a
vibes.
light
Just
little
fall
breeze.
vibes. Yeah.
Just fall vibes.
There you go.
I'm loving the fall vibes.
Absolutely. Well, coming up today at noon, we're making Grandma's best casserole in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBIS Mornings.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, students at Pitt State see a sharp rise in respiratory illnesses.
Plus, Shannon Becker joins us back in the studio to talk about his big 3 news stories of the week. But that'll wrap it up for now. We'll see you back here Monday morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.